Do you realize what's in the water? I mean, it's the fluoride that's turning all the goddamn frogs gay.
I don't believe this either. I am a man of science.
Hey, that's pretty good.
All right, welcome to round 2 of this podcast. They forgot to record the audio for the first one, so we're back. This is our second time through.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, the Youngstown Nutrition episode, the first episode, I genuinely think we recorded 7 times before dropping an actual episode.
Yeah, but this is also your 9th episode.
Right.
Dude, the craziest part about this, though, is every single time it's Dean's fault.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure how, because he's not even here. He's actually 1,200 miles away. But it's still his fault.
Yeah.
So, welcome back to another episode. This is episode number 9. Like Duncan said, this is our guest, Duncan DiGiacomo. This is your co-host, Sammy Cerise, and I'm Abhijit Kadawada. You can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes, even though we've been saying that for the last 9 episodes, and you haven't been able to find us on some of the stuff. We're a little backlogged on the audio, but that'll be up eventually, sometime by 2020 at least, right?
Because you keep forgetting to record it.
That might be it. That might be it.
What if we just don't have audios for any of them?
That might be it. But today, we got some pretty entertaining things to talk about.
Yes.
First and foremost, Mac Miller's drug dealer arrested by the feds.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
For fentanyl, which I've learned.
Yes.
And apparently he texted his friend after selling drugs to Mac Miller and said, I'm about to get arrested. I just sold him so much fentanyl.
Something along those lines. Yes.
Jinx.
Which it's pretty self-incriminating if I do say so myself.
I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
I think, I'm not sure if capital punishment is in the books, but we might have to,
I mean, hey, if justice isn't served by the law, we might have to do it ourselves. Wait, they're going to get me for saying that.
I just think it's crazy it took them a whole year to...
Find that out, yeah.
Well, yeah, find it out and then, I guess.
Actually do something about
So
it.
did they catch him now because it just took him that long, or did he sell it to somebody else and they found it through him selling it to somebody else, or how did they come about it now, or did it just actually take a year for them to get it?
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, either way, the dude's kind of a scumbag for doing that.
Right,
He's
I
definitely
agree.
messed up.
But I know people are not going to be happy about this comment, but it was Mac Miller's choice.
Nah, I was going to say that too.
Rest in peace. He was a great artist. I'm sure he was a great person. But at the end of the day, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
True.
So, but still, scumbag for selling it to him, purposely knowing that it was laced with fentanyl. Don't do drugs.
Try the veal instead.
Yes. I mean, what's wrong with veal, especially with some meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what you should do other than drugs?
JUUL.
You should JUUL.
Instead.
Actually,
No.
no, that's
You
false.
can't.
Don't
You
do
can't in
that.
Michigan because they just banned it, actually. And I feel like they should just ban it in all states.
Yeah, but as we said before, that you guys won't be able to see, I don't know how viable of an option that is based on the fact that they'd basically be shutting down, according to AB, a $30 billion company.
Yeah, tobacco is a giant industry.
Yes.
So.
But I thought you said JUUL was a $30 billion.
Yeah, JUUL itself is worth so many billions of dollars. In fact,
So that's why I don't see them shutting it down in every state.
Yeah. Because,
I'm surprised they even shut it down in Michigan.
yeah. That's the whole reason why tobacco isn't really shut down, is because tobacco companies
So-
have so much money that they can lobby against it and pay off politicians and not have it be shut down. So I'm assuming if JUUL and other e-cig companies are also worth billions and billions of dollars, they could do the same thing.
So in July 2018, JUUL had a valuation of $15 billion. We are now a year and change away from that date. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it may have not doubled, but I'm sure it grew.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just one company out of the entire e-cig market or
Right.
whatever.
So I'm sure, putting them all together combined,
Yeah.
nicotine companies and tobacco companies are definitely worth valued at more than $30 billion.
So you think it's going to happen then?
Do I think they're going to get banned overall?
No.
It's hard to say. It's possible, but then again, people will get their panties in a bunch.
When you say banned, are you talking just of JUUL or all e-cigs?
E-cigs.
So you think every single e-cig company will be banned
Well,
across the United States?
I feel like it wouldn't be banned. It might be more restricted.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But, like, how much more restrictive can it be?
More restrictive.
But like, in what sense? Because isn't there already
Well, here's the
like,
thing.
a decent amount of restrictions set on buying pods or whatever?
Recently, Ohio passed a law that you have to be 21 to purchase tobacco. I don't know if you knew this.
I don't.
Okay. So, after that goes into effect, I want to say it's in October. After that goes into effect in October, I feel like that in itself will cut down a lot of the people that are smoking these things anyway. Because a lot of them smoking are probably in between the ages of 14 to like 20, I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that sounds like a chunk, like a pretty sizable chunk of people that would be smoking these things anyway.
Yeah.
So, now cut out basically all of them.
Okay, but like, it's already, like, you already can't buy them until you're 18. So like those 14-year-olds that are getting them now, they're not 18 already.
Right.
So
They're just gonna do the same
Right.
thing.
like,
that they're doing.
what's to stop
Right.
them if the limit is 21?
Right. I mean, there's always going to be ways around things, whether you like it or not. But I feel like at least it'll help slow it down, at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can at least try.
Yeah.
Not sure how much of an impact it's gonna have, but it is what it is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you got to try. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
So, in other news, A$AP Rocky's lawyer shot
Yeah.
in Sweden.
Yep.
So, according to our previous sources, that was in the last episode that we forgot to press record on the audio.
Well, we have multiple accounts from this source. They're
The
just
same
vastly
source.
different. Like, one of them is he got shot because of A$AP Rocky.
Right.
One of them he got shot because of Bobby Long.
Right.
And one of them he got shot because of an estranged wife or something.
Right. In music news, Post Malone just dropped an album last night called Hollywood's Bleeding.
Yes.
Mixed reviews on it. Mixed reviews.
Right. So, how do we feel about it?
Personally, I do not think it's his best work.
Oh,
I haven't heard it.
right.
I've only listened to it once, so
Okay. I
Don't
guess that, that might affect it.
this isn't set in stone. But for my first listen of the album, I wasn't too much of a fan, especially compared to his other stuff.
I actually thought the exact opposite. I found Hollywood's Bleeding better than the last album,
No.
Beer Bongs and
No.
Bentleys. Here's the thing. I thought Beer Bongs and Bentleys was more like meat and potatoes,
Oh.
whereas like Hollywood's Bleeding was more of the rare stuff,
Yeah, but I think it's vice versa. I think Hollywood's Bleeding is very non-post-esque.
No, I mean, Hollywood's Bleeding is, I think, Post Malone's attempt of following his footsteps in pop.
Yeah.
Because he used to have this very multi-genre kind of music. What he represented was very multi-genre, and now he's like slowly, I guess, bleeding into pop. Think about that one.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think that might be the reason. Like, I think the reason I liked him so much is because he was so multi-genre, and now that he's kind of straying towards.
He does have a lot of different people on this album, though. He's got a track that has Ozzy Osbourne and Travis Scott.
See, that's wild.
What?
Right? Exactly.
That's the weirdest
Right.
combination.
You would think like, wow, that does not sound like it'd be good, but it was. I mean, it was a banger.
Yeah.
And then he's got Future and Halsey on one. So it's like trap meets pop. So last but not least, our friend Duncan here has quite the talent.
I'll also say that my throat already hurts from doing this for an entire last podcast that was not recorded.
So you have this crazy talent.
Yeah, why
It's,
don't you go ahead and tell them what it is?
Impersonating the late and great Stephen Hawking. That's right.
But,
Give me what you got.
What would you like me to say?
Let's just start a conversation. I'll give him a little bit of Alex Jones,
Let's hear it.
So,
Oof.
I was reading the other day that the water is actually turning all the goddamn frogs gay. Could you believe that? And there's actually lizard people in the government, like such as Mark Zuckerberg, who drinks water like an actual robot. He looks like an android, okay? He's actually a lizard person.
I do not believe that he is a lizard.
But have you seen him drink water?
Yes,
And do you realize what's in the water? I mean, it's the fluoride that's turning all the goddamn frogs gay.
I don't believe this either. I am a man of science.
And so, what you're saying right now is the fluoride is not turning all the goddamn frogs gay?
No,
So why are all the frogs gay and why are
The
lizard
frogs
people?
are not gay.
Why are the lizard people running the government right now?
The lizard people do not exist. That is not possible.
What is possible?
I don't know.
I lost it when he said, "I'm a man of science."
That was really
That was
good.
actually better than last time.
Yeah, I agree. That was good. That was fantastic. So, speaking of Alex Jones, though, first of all, rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. Great man. Didn't know him, but did a lot for the culture.
No, I was
And
very
science.
upset the day I found out he died.
Right. I mean, but now it's like you're carrying his legacy on.
Yeah, but not really. Kind of like mocking him for a very serious disease that he suffered from.
Well, here's the thing. We're not here to mock. We're actually here to shed light on said disease. So we're actually in dire need of a theme song.
Okay, I can write one.
And you think you could write one in the voice of Stephen Hawking?
I don't think I could sing in the Stephen Hawking voice, and I don't plan on trying.
How about this? If you were to say the Infinity Podcast, but in like a voice of Stephen Hawking,
You want me
like
to say
welcome to the Infinity Podcast,
Like a
but in
little jingle?
yeah, like a little jingle, like a little tune,
that? In the Stephen Hawking?
Yes.
Right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Something on the spot, something like.
Welcome to the Infinity Podcast.
There you have it.
Dude, that's fantastic. Thanks for tuning in to the 9th episode of the Infinity Podcast. You can find us on
YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.
Alright, did we record audio and video?
Visual.
Visi-
Yes, we did. Oh, is that video on?
No, it's not. Dude.
If that was the case, I'd tell you use the video from the first and not the second. I don't care if they don't match up
It would be
whatsoever.
so unsafe.